Aliens aren't hiding in the shadows anymore. The days when UFO sightings were rare are long gone. Now reports come from every corner of the globe, backed by credible footage, some captured in broad daylight. From the mysterious metallic spheres over Colombia to countless other encounters, the once elusive visitors seem to be everywhere. Are they preparing for a grand reveal to humanity? Only time will tell. For now, let's dive into these jaw-dropping UFO sightings that are leaving the world stunned. StarXtreme. UFOs with invisibility cloaks seen above South China Sea. A major portion of the UFO sightings that have been captured on camera are solo UFOs. Very rarely do we see a group of UFOs together, and seeing multiple UFOs moving in unison and in a perfectly synchronized manner is definitely a very rare sight, like the Western US objects. This footage was recorded by a forward-looking infrared camera in 2021 from a military range in the western United States. In this video, 3 unidentified objects can be seen flying at extremely high altitudes with high speeds, equidistant from each other, in precision synchronized fashion. These UFOs were tracked for almost 4 minutes, and during this entire period, they stayed equidistant, as though they were 3 lights being emitted from one singular craft. Such a feat is impossible to achieve by any current man-made aircraft, as it would be difficult to remain equidistant for such a long time. And now, similar UFOs were spotted at 33,000 feet above the South China Sea. A commercial pilot spotted something unusual and immediately recorded the footage. Here too, you can see 3 UFOs moving at a constant speed, equidistant from each other. But compared to the Western US objects, these 3 UFOs were giving off 3 individual lights, which means that either these were 9 UFOs in total, or they were just 3 elongated UFOs. The pilot continued recording the UFOs as they kept moving ahead at the same speed. But after some time, one by one, they just disappeared into thin air, so as to say that they suddenly put on an invisibility cloak to avoid being recorded by the pilot. But does this mean that the aliens have such advanced tech that they can detect a camera miles away? Middle East Red UFO of 2024. Skeptics often raise doubts about UFO sightings that are recorded by the general public, as they often feel that most of them are either AI or CGI generated. But when the US Department of Defense itself puts out videos of UFOs, then it definitely seems credible. This particular sighting took place somewhere in the Middle East in 2024. This video was recorded by high-tech military equipment and was submitted to the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, or AARO, for further investigation. In the video, you can clearly see what seems to be a red-colored UFO, a first of its kind, moving at insane speeds without any visible means of propulsion. You can see how fast the UFO is moving, as the military equipment is finding it extremely difficult to keep track of its movement. The exact shape of the UFO is hard to determine, but its distinct red color is clearly visible. Although AARO says that this UFO is most likely a consumer-grade reflective foil balloon, no balloon can travel at such high speeds, that too in the forward direction, no matter how fast the surrounding winds are. But what do you guys think this object exactly is? One big UFO breaking up into 3 UFOs. Seeing one big UFO is enough to send shivers down your spine. Now imagine how shocking it would be to see one big UFO break up into 3 smaller ones. That's exactly what happened in this UFO sighting. A bright UFO was spotted right over the international airport in Montreal, giving off green light. A passenger who was waiting to board his flight noticed this big bright light in the sky, fairly close to the runway, and started recording the video. Initially, you can see only one bright light, but later it breaks up into 2 more bright lights, which start moving away slowly. The shocking part is that the airport grounded all flights during the time the UFOs were seen in the sky, citing bad weather as the reason for the delays. Or is the Montreal airport well aware of these UFOs and is allowing the aliens to use their airspace? 3 bright UFOs exhibiting similar movements were seen in Texas in 2018. Out of nowhere, 2 stationary bright lights appeared in the sky, and then suddenly, the third one made itself visible, like it was hiding its presence from everyone. Then the 2 lights moved away from the third one, circling around in formation but eventually coming back to a triangle formation. Then suddenly, after some time, the UFOs just disappeared and again reappeared. Were these the same UFOs doing some kind of reconnaissance over North America? Mysterious bright orbs hovering over a farm? UFOs and farms have always had a close connection, mainly because of the mysterious crop circles that the aliens supposedly leave behind. But very rarely have any UFOs being caught in the act. This particular sighting does not show UFOs creating crop circles, but it indeed shows them monitoring the fields below. A farmer from an undisclosed location heard something suspicious early in the morning, and so he stepped out to check what the commotion was all about. To his surprise, he spotted not 1, but 5 bright orbs in his neighbor's fields. And within a few seconds, 3 more orbs appeared, making it a total of 8 orbs. These 8 orbs moved ahead slowly and then mysteriously disappeared out of sight. Were these UFOs about to create a crop circle in that field, but fled after the farmer started recording them? UFO landing in the mountains in Mexico. Mexico is no stranger to UFOs, and hence this next sighting doesn't come as a surprise. The UFO was spotted hovering above the mountains at an undisclosed location in Mexico. This sighting took place in the early hours of morning, and to add to the eeriness, the UFO was giving off bright light which caught the attention of the eyewitness. On zooming in, you can clearly see that the object is definitely not a man-made craft, as it just keeps hovering in one place. You can also make out that it has an elongated flat disc-like body. It also cannot be a drone, as the object is too large enough to be one. Then, after hovering in the same position above the mountains for some time, the UFO starts descending to the ground very slowly, and after some time of slow descent, it suddenly disappears somewhere into the mountains. It actually seems like the UFO has landed on the mountains, or maybe there is a secret alien base in those Mexican mountains. We will only know with time. These UFO sightings are only going to increase in the coming months, and all this just points out to one thing, that aliens are very close to disclosing themselves to the general public. But are we ready for the biggest disclosure of the millennium? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. And be sure to subscribe to the channel for the latest UFO sightings and revelations in space exploration. Hit the bell icon to stay updated, and let's continue to explore together.